Have you ever looked at your bank account and felt that familiar pang of regret? Maybe you thought, I should have started saving years ago. Or perhaps you've heard a friend talk about their investment portfolio and thought, it's too late for me. I've missed the boat. If those thoughts sound familiar, I want you to know something right now. You are not alone. For 2 decades, I've worked with thousands of people who felt exactly that way, and I've seen them prove themselves wrong, time and time again. This isn't a quick fix tutorial. This is a rallying cry, a declaration. This is about taking back control of your financial future. So if you're ready to let go of the shame and uncertainty and start building the life you deserve, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to join our community. And most importantly, I want you to be part of a movement. In the comments below, I want you to type this simple but powerful phrase, I deserve financial peace. Type it out. Say it out loud. Let's make this a declaration, because you do deserve it. You deserve to sleep at night without worrying about bills. You deserve a life filled with choices, not limitations. Ready? Let's dive into the first reason why it's absolutely not too late to hit your financial goals. Number 1, your age doesn't define your financial destiny. I want to dive right into our first big truth. A powerful idea that shatters the most common lie we tell ourselves about money. The lie that says your age defines your financial destiny. Think about it. We've all been there. You hit a certain birthday. Maybe it's 30, maybe it's 40, or even 50. And you feel this overwhelming sense of dread. You look at your peers, your friends, and you see them buying homes, saving for retirement, and you feel like you've been left behind. The clock is ticking. You tell yourself, I'm too old to start from scratch. I'm too old to fix my mistakes. But what if I told you that is a complete and utter myth? What if the very idea of being a late bloomer is actually a superpower? Take a moment and think about some of the most iconic figures in business history. We often imagine them as brilliant prodigies who built their empires in their 20s. But that's not the whole story. Consider the legendary Warren Buffett. He's the Oracle of Omaha. But did you know that he made more than 99% of his immense wealth after his 50th birthday? His success is a testament to the power of compounding and consistency over a long period of time. It wasn't a sprint. It was a marathon. Or what about the industrial titan, Andrew Carnegie? He was a poor immigrant who worked in a cotton mill as a teenager. He didn't become a steel magnate and one of the world's richest men until much later in his life. And he spent his later decades giving away his fortune to build libraries and schools. These are not isolated anecdotes. They are proof that time is on your side, not against you. The real financial destiny isn't determined by when you start, but by the fact that you have started. As the ancient Chinese proverb says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Today is your second best time. It's your opportunity to take the wisdom you've gained, the hard lessons you've learned, and apply them. You are not a late bloomer. You are a wise investor, an experienced saver, a person who has more clarity now than you ever did in your 20s. You've lived, you've learned, and now you can build. So I want you to ask yourself 2 simple questions. First, what is one small thing you can do today that your future self will thank you for? And second, what financial mistake are you ready to forgive yourself for right now so you can finally move forward? Don't let the fear of too late paralyze you. It is never too late to begin again. Number 2, small steps create big momentum. This one is all about tackling that feeling of being completely overwhelmed. You know the feeling, right? You look at your financial goals. Maybe it's saving $10,000, paying off a credit card, or building a retirement nest egg, and the number just feels impossibly large. It's a mountain, and you're standing at the bottom, wondering how you could ever possibly climb it. But what if you didn't have to climb the whole mountain at once? What if you just had to take one small single step? This is the power behind our second point. Small steps create big momentum. We've been conditioned to think that financial progress has to come from these massive heroic gestures. We believe we need a huge salary, a lottery win, or some secret investment trick to get ahead. But that's a lie. The truth is, All great financial victories are just a collection of tiny, consistent actions. It's the power of micro habits. Let me give you an example. I once worked with a client, let's call her Sarah. She was in her late 40s and felt completely defeated by her credit card debt, which was over $5,000. It felt like an anchor around her neck. We started with one simple micro habit. Instead of paying just the minimum, she committed to paying an extra $20 a week, just $20. That's less than a few lattes. For the first few weeks, she didn't see a huge difference, but she felt a small sense of victory. She was winning. That daily win built confidence, and that confidence built momentum. After a few months, she found another $10 a week she could spare by packing her lunch. Then she used a budgeting app to find a few more dollars here and there. That extra $20 became $30, then $50, then eventually $100. What started as a tiny, almost insignificant step became a snowball of progress. Within 2 years, she paid off her entire debt, and that momentum didn't stop. She started an emergency fund and is now well on her way to investing for her retirement. As my hero Benjamin Graham, the mentor to Warren Buffett, once said, the investor's chief problem, and even his worst enemy, is likely to be himself. We get in our own way by waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect amount of money. But here's the secret. There is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. So don't wait to be ready. Don't wait until you have a huge lump sum to save or invest. Start with what you have. Even if it's just $1, set up an automatic transfer of $5 a week to a savings account. Commit to one no-spend day per week. These aren't just financial wins. They are psychological wins. They prove to your brain that you are capable of change. They build confidence through consistency. And that's the real magic. What is one tiny, almost laughably small step you can take today to move closer to a financial goal? Write it down. Make it happen. And remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, not a giant leap. Number 3, you can rewire your money mindset. Let's talk about the single biggest obstacle standing between you and your financial goals. It's not the economy, it's not your salary, and it's not your age. It's the story you tell yourself about money. This brings us to our third powerful truth. You can rewire your money mindset. For so many of us, our financial reality is a direct reflection of our internal beliefs. Maybe you grew up hearing, money doesn't grow on trees, or the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Maybe you've made a few financial missteps, a failed investment, some bad debt, and you've been carrying the shame and guilt of those mistakes for years. I want you to take a deep breath with me. Now I want you to give yourself permission to do something difficult, but incredibly liberating. Let go of past mistakes, that credit card debt from your 20s. The car you bought that you couldn't afford. They are not your identity. They are simply chapters in your story, not the final word. Every single person who has ever achieved financial success has made mistakes along the way. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, lost millions of dollars and was at one point homeless. He didn't let those setbacks define his future. Instead, he used them as lessons. This is what it means to reframe scarcity into abundance. Scarcity says, there's not enough to go around. I have to fight for scraps. Abundance says, there are opportunities everywhere. I can create value. It's the difference between feeling like you're playing defense and deciding to go on offense. And that starts with your internal dialogue. Are you constantly telling yourself, I'm bad with money? Stop. Instead, start cultivating a growth-oriented financial identity. Begin to see yourself as a learner, a strategist, a builder. When you face a financial challenge, instead of saying, I can't afford that, you can ask, how can I afford that? This simple shift in language opens up your mind to possibilities. Think about the mindset of people who have built immense wealth. They don't see problems, they see puzzles to be solved. As Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, famously said, never give up. Today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine. He built one of the world's biggest companies from a tiny apartment, because he had an unshakable belief in his ability to create something from nothing. That's a mindset of abundance. So, here's my challenge for you. What is one negative belief you hold about money that you are ready to release right now? Write it down, and then write a new positive belief to replace it. For example, if your old belief is "I'm always broke," your new belief can be "I am a conscious and capable manager of my money." Remember, your external reality will always catch up to your internal mindset. When you change the way you think about money, you will change the way you act, and that is where true financial freedom begins. If you're getting value from this video and want to see more content like this, please hit the like button and smash the subscribe button. It means the world to me, and it really helps the channel grow. I'm on a mission to hit 100,000 subscribers, and with your support I know we can get there. Now that you've liked and subscribed, let's continue with our discussion. Number 4. Modern tools make catch-up easier than ever. So, we've talked about mindset and taking small steps, but I want to get really practical now. For so long, people believed that building wealth was only for the privileged, for those with a trust fund or a high-powered job, but that idea is completely outdated. This brings us to our 4th point. Modern tools make catch-up easier than ever. Think about what it was like even 20 years ago. If you wanted to invest, you had to call a broker, pay high commissions, and you needed a significant amount of money just to get started. Budgeting was a tedious manual process with pen and paper or a complicated spreadsheet, and earning extra income usually meant getting a second job with a fixed schedule. Today, all of that has been completely democratized. Technology has leveled the playing field, putting incredible power right in the palm of your hand. Let's start with the one tool everyone should be using: budgeting apps and automation. Gone are the days of manual tracking. Apps like You Need a Budget or Mint connect directly to your bank accounts and credit cards. They automatically categorize your spending, show you exactly where your money is going, and can even help you set up automatic transfers into a savings account. It's like having a personal financial assistant working for you 24/7 without the high cost. This kind of automation removes the friction from saving, making it feel effortless rather than a chore. Next, let's talk about the incredible opportunity that is the gig economy and side hustles. The internet has unlocked a universe of ways to earn extra income, all on your own schedule. Do you love dogs? You can start a dog walking business. Are you a skilled writer or designer? You can find freelance work on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. Do you have a spare room? You can rent it out on Airbnb. What about that hobby you love, like baking or crafting? You can turn it into an online business with a platform like Etsy. These aren't just small pockets of cash. They are legitimate second income streams that can accelerate your savings and debt repayment in a way that wasn't possible for previous generations. And finally, my favorite online investing platforms. The barrier to entry for investing has completely vanished. You can open a brokerage account with companies like Fidelity or Charles Schwab with as little as a few dollars. These platforms have eliminated trading commissions and offer a feature called fractional shares, which means you can buy a tiny piece of an expensive stock like Amazon or Google, instead of having to save up thousands of dollars for a single share. This means you can start investing today, even with a small amount of money. As John D. Rockefeller, the founder of Standard Oil, famously said, "Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great." The old good way of doing things with high fees and high barriers is gone. The great way is here, and it's accessible to everyone. So I want you to ask yourself, what financial tool have you been putting off exploring because it feels intimidating? Is it a budgeting app, an online brokerage? I encourage you to make a commitment right now to download one and just start playing with it. You'll be amazed at how quickly you can put your financial life on autopilot. The future of your finances is in your hands, and these tools are the keys. Number 5. You have more control than you think. All right, let's get down to the most empowering truth of all. It's the one that puts you firmly in the driver's seat of your own financial life. This is our 5th point. You have more control than you think. Sometimes it feels like our financial situation is a result of forces completely outside of our control. The rising cost of living, Inflation, student loans, it can feel like we're just spectators watching our money dwindle away. But that's a narrative, and it's not the full story. The truth is, there are powerful levers you can pull right now, today, to change your financial trajectory. And it starts with a simple choice: deciding where your money goes. One of the most immediate and impactful levers you have is cutting unnecessary expenses. I'm not talking about living in deprivation or giving up everything you love. I'm talking about being intentional. Think about the small recurring charges that add up over time. It could be that subscription service you haven't used in months, the daily takeout coffee, or that gym membership you rarely use. These small leaks in your budget can drain hundreds, even thousands of dollars over a year. By simply taking a few hours to review your bank statements and eliminate a few of these, you can instantly free up cash to save or invest. But it's not just about cutting back, it's also about growing. The second lever you have is negotiating your income. Many people are afraid to ask for a raise, but remember, your skills and time are valuable. Research the market rate for your position, track your accomplishments at work, and practice your pitch. A small increase in your salary, even just a few $1,000s, can have a monumental effect on your savings and investment potential over the course of a lifetime. Don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. You deserve to be paid what you're worth. And perhaps the most profound lever of all is designing a lifestyle that supports your goals. This is where true financial freedom is found. It's about consciously choosing to live a life that doesn't require you to keep up with the Joneses. It's prioritizing experiences over possessions, freedom over a flashy car payment. It's about asking yourself, does this purchase bring me lasting value, or is it just a temporary fix? As the great philosopher Seneca once said, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your financial future. What is one small expense you can eliminate this week? What is one way you can advocate for more income? And what is one change you can make to your lifestyle that brings you closer to your goals and further from financial stress? The power to change your life is within you, and it all begins with a single deliberate choice. Number 6. Your future self is counting on you. All right, we've arrived at the final, and in my opinion, the most compelling reason to act on your financial goals right now. It's the one that connects all the other points: your age, your habits, your mindset, and your tools into a single powerful motivation. This is our 6th and final point. Your future self is counting on you. This isn't about some abstract idea of retirement. This is about a real, living, breathing person. The you of tomorrow, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. That version of you is depending on the choices you make today. I want you to try something with me. Close your eyes for a moment. I mean it, just for a second. Now visualize your life 10 years from now. Where do you live? What does a typical Tuesday morning look like? Are you waking up to an alarm and a stressful commute? Or are you waking up on your own terms? Are you filled with anxiety about your financial stability? Or do you have a quiet sense of peace? Can you afford to take that trip you've always dreamed of? What about the chance to help your family or give back to your community? The person you just imagined, that future self, is not a stranger. They are a direct result of your current actions. The daily habits you build, the small amounts you save, the financial knowledge you gain, it all compounds. It's a gift you are giving to yourself. This isn't just about money. It's about creating a legacy and impact. It's about building a life where you have options. As Andrew Carnegie said, the man who dies thus rich dies disgraced. He understood that wealth wasn't just for personal gain, but for the good it could create. Your financial stability gives you the power to help others, to be generous, and to leave a positive mark on the world. And what a beautiful, quiet goal it is, to simply build peace of mind for retirement. I've worked with so many people who in their 60s and 70s look back with immense gratitude for the choices they made in their 40s and 50s. They aren't worried about how they'll pay for healthcare or if they can afford to visit their grandchildren. They have freedom because they chose to act when it wasn't easy. You have the opportunity to be that person, to look back on today and be proud of the moment you decided to take control. The shame of past mistakes, the fear of starting over, let it all go. Your future self is cheering you on, right now to take that first step. So let's end with this. What is one thing you will do this week? One single action that will make your future self proud. Don't let this just be another video you watched. Let this be the day you started the journey. Thank you for watching. I'm excited to see the amazing things you'll accomplish.